Welcome back to Keeping Tabs. I'm Tabitha Crock. Make sure that you check us out on YouTube, Spotify, or iTunes to keep up to date on all the interviews coming your way. I also would like to thank our sponsor, 32 Below, Froyo and More. They are officially open here in Coeur d'Alene, frozen yogurt, adult floats, beer, wine, paninis. So make sure you go check them out, follow them on social media, keep up to date on everything happening. All right, so now enjoy that episode. All right, good morning. I have Katie and Sarah from Fulcrum Financial Group. These women are amazing, and I'm so excited to have them today. We're going to talk about what they're doing, how they're doing things a little bit differently, and a little bit about you guys. So thank you so much for jumping on today, and tell us a little bit about you guys and your business.
Yeah, our business is Fulcrum Financial Group. We're in Spokane, Washington. We help people live their best lives. We do it by giving innovative, honest, caring advice. And we have full wealth management and financial planning services.
Awesome. So tell us a little bit about you guys and personally. Sarah, maybe you can start with us and tell us a little bit about you and how you got into this, or what your background is for you guys jumped into having this financial group.
Yeah, so I've been in the business my entire career. I have a degree in economics from Yale University and wanted to go into the investment world after graduating. Didn't realize it then, but I guess I was a pioneer. That would have been in the mid 80s. And it was in 1997 that I started Fulcrum Financial Group and pretty much went out on my own in the independent space. Really wanted to live in a world that people with our skills and talents didn't just help people with money make more money. It's more about helping every person live their life and having options with their money. And a good strategy does that.
Awesome. Katie, tell us a little bit of your background and how you got into where you're at.
Yeah, my journey has been not as linear as Sarah's, but I grew up in Spokane, and I really developed a heart for service in Spokane and have been driven my whole life by a desire to be of service to folks in giving them the ability to reach their full potential. And so I spent many, many years in the public sector and nonprofit leadership, and I had a really fulfilling career. And I found that when I was pregnant with my first daughter, I have two, a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old. When I was pregnant with my first daughter, I felt a very strong sense that I needed to move in a different direction, and I didn't know what it was. And so I spent a lot of time soul searching, and I have a really good girlfriend who is in the industry, and I had the ability to see her career really close up, and it seemed intriguing and fulfilling and stimulating. And so when I was ready to make a big career transition, I met a lot of people in the field, and one of the people I met was Sarah. And what I really value about Sarah was and is that she's a unique and this business is a unique firm in the industry in the spirit of, to Sarah's point earlier, wanting to be inclusive and wanting to be a resource to folks who may not have traditionally had a seat at this table. And so the opportunity to join the firm arose for me, and it's been just an amazing journey. But I didn't, it didn't come without its own, striving and working brick by brick to find my way.
Awesome. That's amazing. Sarah, tell us a little bit what sets you guys different than any other financial group out there. If someone's like, hey, I want to get financial planning and all these kind of things, what sets you apart from everybody else?
Well, our job is really to meet our client at the level that they're at. This industry is predominantly with people that talk in acronyms, and there's complicated pieces, but our job is to simplify it and make it easy for the end user, our client. So it's not just a one transaction. It is a process of servicing and taking care of clients over time. Life happens. People have kids, people get jobs, lose jobs. Tragedy happens. They get divorced, people die. A lot of times Katie and I will end up having people will come in because of a triggering event, like suddenly they inherit money, or perhaps they're going through a divorce and they have no idea what to do in terms of how to set the stage for this next chapter. So we've always been a pioneer with diversity and inclusion, and our business partner LPL Financial is the largest independent broker dealer in the country. They're our back office, and they have been leading the industry with diversity and inclusion. And it's been rewarding to be part of that committee that is changing the industry. So predominantly, the average advisor is a 60-year-old white male, and we feel strongly that everyone needs to be represented and everyone needs to be served. And here in the Spokane, Coeur d'Alene area, our clients definitely represent that demographics. We serve the LGBTQ community. We have different. It's not about religion or economic or academic background. We just help people that care about themselves, care about their families, and care about their community. And it's been such a wonderful time growing this business over the course of my career, and raising my family while doing it. It's been wonderful.
Oh, I love that. I love that. So Katie, why is it so important, like right now, say you're a young 30 something, you just got into your career. Why is it important to like work with someone like you to start investing or figuring out what they should do with their money?
Well, I think that it's really important the younger you are. There's studies that have been done that the investor who starts earlier with maybe less money can accumulate more wealth than an investor who starts later and is investing more. And so time is just the most tremendous asset that any of us have. And the value of our services are that at these really important junctures, starting off in your career or big life events, good advice can really change the trajectory of your life. And whether that's for a short-term goal or a long-term goal. And so I think being a young investor is a really important time to get that good advice. There's so many people who miss the opportunity to start investing younger, or get the match of their employer and they're just leaving cash on the table. And a little bit of good advice can go a really long way.
Yeah, I love that. So I was talking to, Sarah, I was talking to a real estate agent the other day, and we were just talking about investing and these kind of things. Do you ever, I recommend people to do investments with like real estate or anything like outside of the normal, like, you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. We are holistic planners and investors. So absolutely, most of our clients do have investments in real estate. Real estate is a wonderful investment. So are commodities. There's all different types. Most of our clients, most of our clients have some kind of business. So private equity. There's nothing in the financial universe that we can't handle here at Fulcrum Financial Group. With our licensing and experience, we can do everything from hedge funds to commodities to mutual funds.
Yeah. So Katie, do you recommend, like, if there's someone out there listening to you, is there something you're like, this is really what you need to invest in? Like there's like that number one or two things that you think it's important for someone to invest in right now?
Yes, I think the number one investment that someone should invest in is a diversified portfolio that has a mixture of the main asset classes of equities or stocks, bonds, fixed income, commodities, and cash. It's one of the ways that we have found to reduce risk is to have representation of different asset allocations that behave differently in the marketplace, and then diversification within that. And that is really the philosophy that we approach our work by. And so, you know, in an average day, that is our mantra with our clients. And there isn't one, you know, sexy pick that I have that I think somebody's going to go win the lottery with.
Yeah. Do you feel the same, Sarah, about that too? Obviously, you guys work together, and you guys probably with a lot of the same things. Is that something you say to diverse your portfolio?
Yeah, diversification is very important. It's also really important that people have downside protection. So certainly different kinds of insurances help to satisfy different stages of life. And also making sure your accounts are titled appropriately. You mentioned real estate. If you're an investor that has rental properties, it would be in your best interest to create a legal entity to have that in to protect yourself. So if something were to happen, you wouldn't lose your home and everything else because of it. So the way things are titled and having an overall strategy is so paramount for people to do well over time and not be spun around by your banker. You know, that's because life does happen. Things do happen. And you know, I know that firsthand. For when I was a young mother with 4 children, I have 2 sets of twins. I had an auto accident and got hit by a car. And so suddenly, you know, things really changed in a matter of moments for me. And a good financial plan was able to navigate. And, you know, all my kids were able to go through college and maintained because I had done the proper planning, and then it was a matter of executing that plan. So it works. Absolutely. Firsthand, I know that.
2 sets of twins? Is that what you said?
I do. I have 2 sets of twins.
I have like a niece and nephew. They're 4. They're twins. I can't imagine having 2 sets of twins.
Yeah, they're joyful. Yeah. I didn't know any different. You know, it's all relative. Life is relative, right?
Exactly. All right, let's ask a couple. What's that?
Oh, I was just wondering if I could add something.
Oh, of course.
I was talking to a client the other day, and they said to me, "Oh, I know what you're going to say. You're going to say buy and hold, buy and hold. That's, you know, that's what everybody's saying. That's what all advisors say." And I responded, "Well, buy and hold can be really useful, you know, when you're you know, your time horizon, if the goal is retirement and the time horizon is way out there and you're in a target date fund or something like that, that can be a good philosophy. But for a lot of us, as the environment around us is changing, as our life circumstances are changing, buy and hold is not always the exact path that all of us should be on. And that is a part of the individualization that we get to offer clients in the work that we do.
Oh, that's awesome. No, that's great. That's really wonderful. I'm going to ask you guys a couple fun questions now. Get to know you guys a little bit. Let's start with Sarah. What is one life lesson you've learned the hard way?
That the big life lesson is if something's not right and you don't do something about it, you will continue to repeat it over and over. And no bad marriage is worth staying in for any reason, for the kids, financial or otherwise.
I know. I have listeners that are, I think you need to say that a little bit louder. Just kidding. No, that's great. How about you, Katie? What is one life lesson you've learned the hard way?
Well, it's surprising to me how easy it is for me to tell you this, but that as much as I plan or worry the tough things that are going to happen in my life are the things I can't plan for or protect by worrying.
Right. Ooh, that's perfect. Ooh, I love these. Love these little nuggets I get from you guys. This is why I do it. It's for my personal gain. I'm really just, I have a little book. I write all your guys' advice down.
This is good.
So Sarah, what's something that you have failed at and like learned a lot from?
Gosh, I think failing happens throughout life, and I view failings as opportunities to learn. So there's been so many times that maybe things didn't go the way I thought they should have. And being a mother, you learn that along the way. Our kids are pretty quick to remind us. In terms of something specific that I had to learn, I think it'd go back to making sure you believe someone the first time they reveal who they are to you. Don't reason away. What's going on. Believe them the first time.
Yeah, I love that. That's perfect. And what about you, Katie?
Gosh, it's funny. I think so in our field, and then I'll get personal, but in the work that we do, there's so many exams we have to take and I'm like a perfectionist through and through, but it's been so great for my personality to be in this field because I don't know one person who's successful who hasn't failed some test or something.
Yeah.
And like, that's just a part of the process of being in the field is that you go, okay, you pick yourself up, you keep studying and you try again and you finish it. And then I think just in my personal life, the thing that's coming up for me is just, moments in relationship where I haven't shown up with my loved ones in the way that I wish I had. And that, that has been tough, but it has been the cornerstone of a lot of my growth about how to be in my relationships.
I love that. Yeah, that's perfect. And I think we can all kind of connect with that, is that there's those moments and it makes you learn. Either you learn from them and you get better or have better relationships or work on your end, or you don't. And, then you ruin some of those great relationships. So since you guys are my neighbor, since your neighbor to Coeur d'Alene, tell me, Katie, favorite go-to restaurant in Spokane.
So I live near Ferrante's. If you know Spokane, it's near Ferris, and it's a delicious Italian restaurant that does deep dish, and it also does. Why can't I remember? It's the Italian ice cream.
Oh, gelato.
Yeah, it does. They do gelato too.
Good. What about you, Sarah? What's your favorite go-to Spokane restaurant?
I've been such a fan of Luna's my entire adult life, and through the transition of ownership, I consistently, that's where I want to go for my birthday or Mother's Day. I consistently just have nice experiences there. So definitely Luna's.
See, I love new restaurants, and this is another one for me. I just want to learn more restaurants, so when I go to Spokane, I know where to go.
I want to know what your signs are, because Tabitha just had a birthday and Sarah has a birthday on Friday.
Ooh, we're Libras.
We're Libras. That's great.
Mm-hmm. We are. We're very balanced people.
What's your birthday, Tabitha?
Mine was on the 4th, so yesterday.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. So Sarah, tell us we were just talking before we came on here, is that you're a triathlete. What are your other hobbies outside of getting people financially strong?
I love spending time with my family and friends. It's been harder to do in this COVID community, and I'm a passionate athlete. I love cycling. I cycle with a group of people, morning ride. There's a bunch of men, and there's one other woman, Jen, and I, and we like to dish it. I also love running and hiking. I mean, anything physical. I grew up ski racing, and in college, I was a national team athlete rower. So I,
Wow.
nothing athletic I don't like.
That's awesome. I'm the same exact way. So that's why we have a lot of similarities.
You did a 50-mile race though. I've never done one of those.
That's for the crazy people though. Katie, what about you? What's your outside hobbies?
Momming. I have a 5-year-old who's almost 6, and a 3-year-old, and they are so fun. My husband has been working abroad over the last couple weeks, and it's just been me and them and a whole lot of support from my parents and my sister. But it's just been so fun. Like my 3-year-old hopped into bed with me at like 11 last night, and we snuggled, and that's it. When her dad's around, he gets up and kind of does that middle of the night stuff with them, and so I've been getting some good snuggles in, and I also like to get out and move my body, be out in nature, and spend time with family and friends.
Oh, that's awesome. Sarah, what inspires you to be your best self?
I feel so blessed to have the opportunity to live in this community, to be a mother and contributor. I want to be the best I can be, and I'm more passionate now than I think I ever was in my career. I really enjoy blogging and helping other young advisors in the industry. I feel like I've had a lot of life challenges, and I have a perspective that it's very rewarding to be able to share. And I do it through my writing, and it gives me a lot of lift. I have big internal drive.
I love that. And yeah, and you guys have some YouTube too. So I'll link you guys into there, but I know you guys do some YouTube vlogging stuff, which is really cool and helping out financially, giving people tips and things like that. Same with you, Katie. What inspires you to be your best self?
Gosh, I mean, I think that I've really internalized that growth mindset. I'm always aiming to be better and do better professionally and personally, and certainly having 2 little monkeys that are watching everything I do. I want to show them how to be brave and aspire for things and try and fail and get back up. And so they're a huge motivation for me too.
Yeah, that's amazing. And right now we're all going through a really tough time, no matter if it's financially, emotionally, physically, whatever it is, we're all going through something with this COVID, this pandemic, and it's voting season. So it's just a lot of going on. There's a lot of negativity, and we're all struggling. So Sarah, tell our viewers, our listeners, one piece of a positive piece that they're struggling right now, something that they can hold on to.
Yeah, so you're absolutely right, Tabitha. There's so much going on that we have absolutely no control over, and it can be really scary and frustrating. And I think we're all feeling it. And just know when times feel out of control, focus on something you can control. And that certainly is what, we help clients look at things that they can control and alter some things in their financial life. But even if your day to day, if it's you can take some time to breathe and go out for a walk, spend some time connecting, really unplugging from technology and talking to a loved one. I think there's a lot of incredible growth that we collectively can do, and there's beauty in a recovery. And I think that's what we need to realize. We're more similar than we are dissimilar. And I think there's incredible opportunity ahead for all of us.
I do, and I love that. Just control those things that you can control, and not to overthink it and get too much in your head, which I know I'm very guilty of, and most people are. So Yeah, Katie, same with you. Give the people listening a little nugget of positive advice during this time.
Yeah, I think a piece of, I don't know where I heard this, but I reflect on it a lot. And it's largely in life, if it's not okay, it's not over. So just hang in there and keep at it, whatever that is for you, and things will change. Things will get different.
Yep, I love that. All right, Sarah, how can we right now, anyone listening, how can we support you right now, or let us know anything that you want our listeners to hear, kind of if they want to connect with you or whatever it is, let us know.
Yeah, our website is www.fulcrumfinancialgroup.com. And we're on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. And we put out our original content a couple times weekly. So if anything here has resonated, we have a lot to share and would love to grow with you. So contact us.
Katie, how can we support you right now?
Well, gosh, I mean, I would just turn that back around. We're here to support our community members, and we are accessible. And so, to Sarah's point earlier, if you've heard something today and it's resonated with you and we can be of service to you, don't hesitate to reach out to us.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, very much, ladies. And you guys have a great day.
Thank you, Tabitha. You were fantastic. Really fun to be on your program. Thank you for having us.
Thanks for listening to Keeping Tabs. I'm Tabitha Kroc, and every Monday I release a podcast about different community members here in North Idaho. And then we end the weeks on Fridays with a podcast about the things I'm passionate about: outdoors, adventures, sports, the van life, and even current events. So if you like what you heard, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube, Spotify, or iTunes. Thank you again. Now go be kind and do something great.